YouTube, what's up? And welcome to the start of an Egglocke in Pokemon HeartGold. Now, this playthrough is going to be very special for a couple of reasons, which we will get into shortly. However, I do want to start by explaining the basics of an Egglocke, at least to the best of my understanding as to how this is going to work, for anybody that might not know what this is. Now, it is very similar in my understanding to a Nuzlocke, where we will catch the first Pokemon on every single route or within each city if there is encounters, as we go throughout the Johto region, right? We only get to encounter, we only get to capture the first Pokemon that we encounter. That's what a Nuzlocke is. However, in an Egglocke, regardless of whatever that Pokemon is, we are then going to swap it out for an egg in the PC. Now, we have 98 eggs, almost 100 eggs, submitted by the community for Pokemon that they want to see me use throughout this Nuzlocke challenge, if you will. Nuzlocke, Egglocke, however you want to look at it. But we are going to be playing by the same kind of rules within a Nuzlocke, where if a Pokemon faints in battle, that's GG's, man. We would then go deposit it in a different part of the box and never be able to use it again throughout the rest of the playthrough. So I do have a couple of items here in the bag that I'll go ahead and showcase before we get rolling. As you know, obviously I generated all these eggs within PK Hex, and also I'll talk about why I have a Garchomp standing next to me. But in the bag today, just to start out this game, we have 500 rare candies to help quickly level up the Mons, and then 69 Master Balls, because I love Pokemon, man. I'm very passionate about this franchise, but if there's one thing I can't stand within Pokemon, two things. Trying to catch wild Pokemon, because sometimes you can throw a whole bunch of Pokeballs and they just keep breaking out left and right. The second thing I can't stand is when NPCs, and especially gym leaders and Elite Four members, use potions in battle. Extremely cringe, but it's part of the game, so it is what it is. So all we have here in the bag to start out is just those 500 rare candies and the 69 Master Balls. So in between every episode, I'll go ahead and reload these. And I'm also going to have to add more stuff to the bag over in PK Hex in terms of like TMs and some other evolutionary items as well, for the sake of pacing in this playthrough, right? We want to keep a good pace and a good flow to everything. So now let's talk about the reason why this playthrough in and of itself is going to be very special. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, well, it's kind of small, but if you squint your eyes and look really closely on the trainer card there, it says the adventure started on August 8th, 2026. That is the day today. Now, why is August 8th a special day? Well, for me personally, it is the 1-year anniversary of the YouTube channel. I started this thing back on August 8th, 2025. And, you know, in this first year, we'll talk about this as we get rolling here. I didn't want to get interrupted by NPC dialogue, but that's what's going to happen as we walk around here. Hold on. I'll finish that thought in a second, but wait, dude. We'll go ahead and read some NPC dialogue as well. Wait a sec. Where are we going, man? I want to go catch some Pokemon. Did you leave your Pokegear at home? Probably. You should ask your mom. I don't even know what a Pokegear is, man, but let's go have a conversation with mom real quick. And then we really need to go get those running shoes over in Cherry Grove so we can make some progress. Oh, dude, that's a cute Pokemon you have. Wouldn't really call Garchomp kind of ugly, but he's very strong, so. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Yes and no. Oh, Professor Elm has a task for you, you say? What kind of task? Well, Mom, he asked me to fill up the Pokédex, but Professor Elm doesn't know that I never fill up a Pokédex when I play Pokemon. I'm here for a couple reasons, and that's to beat the Elite Four and to become the champion of whatever region I'm adventuring in. But after we're done talking to Mom, I do want to kind of outline what is the goal of this playthrough here. I see. That sounds a little difficult. No. When you've been there and done that many times, it ain't that hard, man. But when someone makes that kind of request for you, it must be important. Oh yes, that's right. I completely forgot. Lock it in, Mom. Pay attention here. Your Pokegear came back from the repair shop. Here you go. I don't know how I feel about this item because everybody calls you left and right in HeartGold, Soul Silver, man. It's very annoying when the phone is constantly ringing, but oh well. The Pokemon Gear, or Pokegear, as it's often called, is what every trainer should have. Guess what? You can use the Pokegear to make a phone call too. Do you remember how? No idea. Please enlighten me. Select the Pokegear button on the touchscreen, then select the telephone button. The names of the people you can call are automatically registered. Just select one to give him or her a call. Will do, Mother. Wow, I can't believe it's so easy to make a phone call. Alright, are we done? I can set off on my adventure. Now look, y'all might be wondering at home, first of all, when it first faded in, why is bro standing next to a Garchomp? Well, full disclosure, this is actually a Chikorita, just wearing a Garchomp costume. Okay, it's just a Chikorita, but, you know, in order to get my, my trainer ID and my secret ID, I needed to actually select a Pokemon, or get one from the professor, right? Then I took that over to PK Hex, and then I knew what the trainer ID and the SID were, so that I could generate all these eggs for the Egglocke. So I picked Chikorita, even though I'm not going to use it, and that way Silver picks Cyndaquil, because I feel like that's a good Pokemon for bro. All right, let's go over this way and get interrupted again. Can I just finish a thought, man? Dude, wait a second. Yes, Professor. How can I help you? Garchomp didn't even flinch, man. I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm about to throw this Pokegear in. I could throw it to Kanto from where I'm standing, by the way. It's not that far away. Okay. And with all that behind us, we can now get on with the adventure. Now, look, I'll go ahead and showcase this Garchomp, but this is not going to be our actual starter, and neither was that Chikorita. I'm just using this for the first route, so we can go over to Cherry Grove, and we're going to swap this Garchomp out for one of the 98 eggs that we have, and that will be our actual starter Pokemon. This is just to help us walk across the first route. You know, Garchomp is my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's the GOAT, okay? And, you know, I just kind of threw some random moves on this thing. We're going to have a little fun with it. Spam Dragon Claw, beat up some Pidgeys on our way over to Cherry Grove, but this is not our actual starter. It's just going to get sent to the box forever, but the reason I have this is because you can't walk with an egg behind you. You actually have to have a Pokemon in your party that can battle, so let's kind of make our way over here and finish that thought as to the couple reasons why this is a very special playthrough. So, well, we already... Oh, nice. No encounters. We can't run yet, though. Take a nice slow walk here. Okay, so we kind of talked about... I'm shocked that I didn't get a encounter. Part one of why this is a special playthrough is it is a celebration for the 1-year anniversary of the YouTube channel. But also, even more important than that, the reason why we decided to do an Egglocke to celebrate the 1-year anniversary was to celebrate all the people.
Hashtag BugPoke are the best. Hope Dude pulls my meta team. PS Beedrill is the best Pokemon in the universe.
Yeah, of course. Okay, now we're finally getting the running shoes. But look, man, all jokes aside, I met some of the coolest people of my life, man, over this past year doing this whole YouTube thing. Am I good at this? No. Okay? The visuals, the audio levels, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm constantly freaking out, looking over at OBS, trying to make sure it's, you know, a somewhat pleasant experience for y'all that are, you know, hanging out in here. So, you know, all I can say is I'm going to get better with time. I'll learn to get better. But the only way you can get better is by failing, man. In a weird way, that's, you know, sometimes I got to sit here and click record and just cross my fingers that the audio and the visual will hold up, you know, as best it can. Is it perfect? No, it's far from it. But if you really think about it, man, that's kind of the exciting thing in a way, right? What's up, Dre? I see you, bro. Welcome in, welcome in. It's kind of exciting to think about where this could go in the future, right? Because the only way for me to learn and get better is I have to make bad quality content and then learn from those mistakes, and that's how we get it better, looking crispy, sounding crispy, all that good stuff. So this guy just pulled the shoes off his feet and gave it to us. I don't know how I feel about that, but nickname a Pokemon? Okay, Brandy, I see it, I see it. We'll talk about that too when we start hatching these eggs here. How do I put on the shoes, by the way? Okay, I gotta click with my mouse. Yeah, facts, Zogo. You gotta crawl before you walk, man, for real. And you gotta walk before you run. Look, 5 years from now, we go look back on all these playthroughs that we've done over this first year and kind of laugh at how bad the quality was. But we're crawling right now, man. Next couple years, we're gonna be walking, and 5 years from now, we'll be running. So, oh wait, what? No, we can go in the box. Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull something on screen. It's going to be, assuming I have the right window up. What I'm about to pull on screen, kind of in the right side of the main frame there, should be a random number generator. And this is how we will decide, well, not decide, but we're gonna let fate decide for us. Well, let me show you guys 98 eggs real quick, but we're gonna let fate decide as to what egg we not only get right now in lieu of Garchomp, but we're gonna be hatching, I don't know, probably close to 10 eggs today. There's a whole bunch of encounters we can get early game, so you know, as everybody knows, there's 6x5s for the Pokemon boxes, so we got 30 Mons per box. There's 90, and then in box 4 we got 8 eggs, so that's why I keep saying 98. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up on screen here. We're going to be using a website literally just called random.org. It's pretty straightforward. And what I'm going to do each time we come in here, well, we're going to come in here after we catch a wild Pokemon, right? And every time we do this, though, just so you know that I'm not trying to fudge it and get an egg that I want, because these are all in a random order. I don't remember whose is where, but I'm going to click this thing 3 times, and whatever number shows up right here after the 3rd click, that will be the egg that we go grab. So let's go ahead and do it and see who our true starter Pokemon is, even though the Garchomp is the GOAT. All right, 1, 47, 2nd click, 73, and the egg that we're going to end up picking is number 6. Okay, well, we're actually in box 1. So that's just going to be the last one in the first row here. We'll add it to the party. You know, we got to keep Garchomp till the egg hatches. And, actually, I think I know what this is, by the way. I just generated all 98 eggs this morning. All of them. So that's why the stream got kind of a late start. But I think I remember what was in the top right corner of box 1. This is a good one. It should be a shiny. Oh, yeah. I got to remember to get that off the screen every time, but... Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you. This thing is only just getting started, man. I'll do my best to be as consistent as I can going forward. But you know, like I talk about, I'm just gonna run around in town and hatch this thing here. Like I talk about with chat all the time, and I just gotta say it every once in a while because people might not realize, you know, I'm not a full timer at this and probably never will be. So you know, it's tough to have enough hours in the day to stay consistent, but. You know, I was looking at the YouTube channel this morning when I woke up just to see, I was kind of curious how many videos have we done over this first year, and it said 318. I feel like that's actually pretty decent, considering that I gotta go work a 9 to 5, you know, and I can only stream for like an hour and a half every day during the week, but... Alright. Is this one of the few Pokemon that were requested to be generated as shiny? I think it is. I think you guys are gonna like this one. I'm pretty sure this is one of Nikki's Pokemon here. Yep, it was. The shiny Ponyta. I remember what was in the top right corner. I don't know why. There it is, man. Okay. We gotta talk about GG's, Nikki. Yep, I'm pretty sure that was yours. We gotta talk about a couple things here, though. So, look, a lot of people did request Pokemon to be nicknamed too, which was great. I love that, but I couldn't do the nicknames while they're still eggs, because it would have spoiled who was in the egg, right? Even before it hatches. So a couple things, right? Again, if you squint your eyes and look at the top right corner on the secondary screen there, you will see that I am the OT. That's because I hatched the egg. But I'm going to go back in between episodes and change that every time to correspond with the person that submitted the egg, right? So when we come back for next part, assuming this Ponyta doesn't get KO'd today, that'll say Nikki instead of saying dude, right? So, but this is cool. We got a shiny as our first Pokemon. We have like close to 10 shinies, I want to say, and this is one of them. So, again, I just threw random moves on the Pokemon, unless there was a handful of people that submitted actual movesets, and of course I did those as well. But if not, and people just submitted the Pokemon, I went ahead and threw some like just random attacks. I didn't want to make them too OP, but sometimes I did. Like some Mons I do have with Flare Blitz. But I decided to put Horn Drill on this thing to go along with Tackle, Flame Wheel, and Double Kick. So here we go, man. Yeah, we're going to be Horn Drilling some stuff. Although, it doesn't work if you're lower level, so... We're still going to need to use Garchomp a little bit here, but... And now, technically at this point in the game, you should not have Pokeballs yet. So just to make it a little bit more epic, we're going to go ahead and kind of play as intentional. And I won't do the whole catching Mons on route until we actually get Pokeballs after the catching tutorial, so... Here comes Mr. Hufflepuff out of breath again. Dude, I made it. Well, now you're running around barefoot because you already gave me your shoes, but I forgot about one thing. It's another token from me. Take it. Okay, we get the map card. Nice. Although all of us here are seasoned vets, we know Johto like the back of our hands, man. We don't need that thing. Okay. Nice, man. Thankfully, we did not pull the Weedle. That was my biggest concern, was just getting Weedle off the rip, man. Let's go ahead and get a couple levels here for Ponyta. But if we run into any Pursuit Pokemon, we're cooked. Dude. Look at the shiny pony. I didn't even think about that. Even though Garchomp was following behind us. Look how good that looks, man. Let's go burn up some bugs. Although we are level 1. Do we roll the dice? You know what I mean? No, that's clean, that's clean. Do we roll the dice? Like, could we live a tackle? I'm pretty sure. But also, that'd be a really bad look if I lost a shiny Ponyta, like, first turn. So this is what we have Garchomp for. Let's be safe, let's be safe. Yeah, we could have barbecued that Caterpie, but I don't know, if bro got a crit, like, maybe smoke it with a Dragon Claw. Okay, the one thing I will say about selecting eggs today, and even throughout a majority of the playthrough, it will be tough to know whose is whose, right? Especially without the being able to nickname them right now. I'll go back and nickname them like I said, but is that bug catcher usually there? I don't remember that. Is it? Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure I just downloaded a vanilla ROM of HeartGold. This is not like a difficulty hack or anything. Let's grab this real quick. Oh, right. We need the satchel from in here real quick. People usually come to my house looking for Mr. Pokemon's house. You did mean to visit my house, right? Of course, man. I'm a big fan. How kind of you. Do you have any apricorns? No, because I don't have the special satchel. Apricorn trees bear fruit once a day. I have one of those trees too. Yeah, I just tried to snatch the fruit off your tree, but it wouldn't let me. Apricorns are really something. You can make Pokeballs and other things. Well, guess what, Chuckles? I got 69 Master Balls, man. So I'm good. But I still want to get this just for the heck of it. Release the Chomp? We could. But what I'm going to do with Garchomp is put it into the position where Ponyta was in the box. And I'm going to do that with every Pokemon. Right? All like the random Rattatas we catch, they're just going to get swapped out for the specific egg. But, oh, that's a great call, Jazzy. I totally forgot about that. And the whole reason why we have... That's a great call. Right. So I think another rule for the Nuzlocke, and again, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but I haven't been keeping up with chat very good. Is... I believe how these Egglocks work is that you can elevate the Pokemon using rare candies to whatever level was the Pokemon that, like, the wild mon that you caught and swapped out for the egg, right? So, for example, if we go back to the first route and get a level 3 Pidgey, then when the egg hatches, we can put it right to level 3. I think that's how we do it. Oh, this one's actually level 4.
By the way, dude, how will you know for duplicates Pokemon and know which one is which?
Yes, I don't think I finished that sentence either. Well, we'll just run away from this. We'll wait till after the catching tutorial. Now that we got the running shoes. Okay, so great question. I did write down some notes on paper here about whose was who in terms of the duplicate mons. Because a lot of people did submit... I think Eevee is the mon we have the most of. Because there were some people that submitted Espeon, Umbreon, Vaporeon, right? But I went ahead and gen them all as Eevees. So I think we had 4 Eevees. And I spread them out over the 4 boxes. And I just wrote whose Eevee was in which box, right? So, for example, if we grab a random egg out of box 2 and it hatches into an Eevee, we'll know that that is Mellow's Eevee, right? And then the other Eevee, there was like an Eevee in each of the 4 boxes. And so... Eevee's one, Dratini, there was like 3 or 4 Dratinis. I think there was like 3 Horsey. Maybe like 3 Gibbles as well. And then Ghastly and Elekid, there was a couple of those. So, it's going to be tough, it's going to be tough. But, you know, with the notes I have, and then I can kind of go back and look too. But that is a good question. You must be Dude. The one and only, man. It was I who sent an email to Professor Elm earlier. I don't remember asking, but good for you, Mr. Pokemon. Look at my blue horse, man. Check me out. I know, right? The OG is in the house too, Professor Oak. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. Ain't no way I'm getting another egg already. A friend of mine from Eckerty gave it to me. I bet you can't find this kind of egg in Johto. Yeah, well, I got 98 of them things, man. I'm gonna prove that sentence incorrect right there. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell what this is. He's the best when it comes to research of Pokemon evolution. That's a quote from the famous Professor Oak. Why did you steal Bro's thunder then? He's right there. You are returning to Professor Elm. If I have to, sure. Here, your Pokemon should have some rest. Okay. Alright, thanks guys. So that is the, kind of the rule with the Egglocke. Oh, we gotta read Oak's dialogue. I am Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher from the Kanto region. So you're the dude that everyone's been talking about. In the flesh, Captain. I was just visiting my friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Yeah, you can look at my horse, man, but you can't touch it. Oh, what's this? A rare shiny Pokemon. I see. You must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. Of course. Ah. You seem to be dependable. Some would say pretty decent. How would you like to help me out? As long as you don't ask me to fill up the Pokédex, I'm all ears, man. See, this is the latest version of the... Okay. Another Pokédex request. Wonderful. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Nice. Go, meet many kinds of Pokemon, and complete that Pokédex. Yes, sir. We're not doing it. But I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. Dude, I have a feeling that this will not be the last time we'll meet. Let's exchange numbers just to be on the safe side. Alright. I also never finished the thought about what is the point of this playthrough. Like, what is the ultimate goal? So I'm gonna touch on that here in a minute when we go step back outside. Take my little pony with me. Right on cue, there's the phone. Oh, this means we get to battle Silver. Hello? Dude? Calm down, Professor. What's up, man? How can I help you? It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh, no. Please get back here now. Alright, man. Settle down. I gotta talk to the people first. Okay. What is the ultimate goal for those who might be wondering, right? So, I want to use as many of these 98 eggs as we can. That's really what I want to do here. So I think the best way to handle that is to not only go all the way through Johto, beat the Elite Four and the Champion, but also we're going to go all the way through Kanto, and then we'll come back, we'll challenge the Elite Four for a second time. Again, all this is dependent upon I don't wipe out to anybody, right? This is a Nuzlocke at the end of the day, so if we could lose to Faulkner and that's the end of the show, right? But assuming we never lose all of our Pokemon, the best way to showcase, at least this is how it works in my head, as many of these mons as we can is we go through Johto, we do our thing, we dominate, we beat the Elite Four, we become the champ, right? Then we do the same over in Kanto, we do the loop, then we go back, we battle the Elite Four for the second time, and what I would like to do, my ultimate goal, if we have any Pokemon left standing at the end, is to go challenge Ash Ketchum, aka Red, at the top of Mount Silver, and put that kid in his place, man, okay? That's the goal, but that's going to be about episode 20 by the time we get to that point, if I had to guess. Did I already pick this? Oh, I guess I did. So, you know, TBD. We'll see how it ends up working out, but let's go ahead and head back to the lab here. And we're going to be able to get 2 more Pokemon. Actually, 3 more Pokemon. Before we even go fight these scrubs over here with the top percentage Rattata, we're going to have 4 Mons on the team, and Garchomp is going to get put back in the box. But I'm not trying to lose to the rival. Although, I guess now that we have our starter, do I technically have to bench Chomp? We could raise Ponyta a couple levels. Because you gotta remember, Homeboy over here is only gonna have his Cyndaquil. So could we actually handle this? We have Horn Drill. Dude. For the memes, do we just try to Horn Drill it? Do we try to Horn Drill? What is happening right now? I think I should go into the Pokemon Center. Uh-oh. Okay. That's a new one. And we're back. Okay. Again, what was I just saying earlier about it's not going to be perfect in terms of the visuals and the audio? I don't know. Look, the first time you do anything, you never get it right. Okay? We've been using this emulator here, Desmume, for a couple playthroughs throughout this first year on YouTube. And it was a little glitchy during the Blaze Black Redux playthrough, right? A few of those cutscenes went sideways. And, you know, with our illegal eggs here, there's a chance things could go sideways as well, so... we'll put Chomp in the top right corner and we'll just go with the pony. Again, kind of a funny moment, but things like that are going to happen, right? And I'm glad that just did happen. Because, you know, as we're crawling, as we're still learning here, there's going to be some bumps along the ride, but you can slow me down, but you ain't going to stop me. So let's go barbecue some Caterpies. I'll get caught up on chat here, too. Don't ever call Red Ash Ketchum. That's facts, Loki. Because Red's actually good at battling. Ash Ketchum is terrible. So that is a good call. And it's disrespectful to Red, so I shouldn't do that. Oh, I thought that said Hannah Montana. I read that backwards for a second. But you found the channel from Polished Crystal? That's what's up, man. Yeah, so this is actually part 1 for a brand new series of Egglocke. Basically a Nuzlocke, but we get to use eggs submitted by all of our friends here on the channel, so it's going to make it a lot more fun. And we're going to get some very, very powerful Pokemon doing this rather than... should we try to hit a Horn Drill real quick? Rather than just trying to use Pidgeys and stuff, like if we were doing a regular Nuzlocke. Let me get to like level 7 and then we'll go dominate Silver. I'll read some of the chat here. Oh, does it, Matthews? Is okay. I know, I can't believe I'm shouting out PK Hex, but probably frowned on within the Pokemon community if I had to guess, but it's a good resource, man. Like, again, a lot of people would consider it cheating, and I understand that. I can see that. But in my opinion, you're only cheating if you're using stuff like that to obtain illegal, you know, Pokemon, whether that be via stats or movesets, right? If we had a Ponyta with Hydro Pump and Thunderbolt, yeah, that's kind of dumb. Could I do that in PK Hex? Yes, I could. There's nothing stopping me from doing that, but we're going to be doing this with authentic movesets, right? We're going to do it the right way. PK Hex is a good resource, and it's like a time-saving thing, right? So... Bruh. At least, maybe it'll reset within the battles here. Because in my opinion, I'm not doing anything that's cheating, right? I just think this is a... We're just saving time by adding Master Balls and Rare Candies, because I don't want to be sitting here throwing hundreds of Ultra Balls at wild Pokemon just trying to catch something, right? We're just slinging a Master Ball, we're getting on with the program type thing. Oh, I didn't know this was going to be so glitchy. I apologize for that. Flavio, what's up, man? I see you. Yeah, it's just vanilla HeartGold. Right, and that's the other thing too, Will, like... For all the Pokemon, I have so many Pokemon from just years and years of grinding, like, in my Pokemon home. None of them are PK Hex Mons. Like, I will always authentically, if I'm ever going to make competitive Mons to, like, go bring to a tournament and stuff like that, I would never use PK Hex for that. And I don't even blame people that do, because it just... You're saving time is really all you're doing. It's still not illegal, but I understand why it's frowned upon. But I've been one to breed hundreds and hundreds of eggs to get, you know, 31 IVs across the board, or shinies, whatever. We don't need Tail Whip, by the way. I'm clicking Horn Drill. I don't need Tail Whip. So, yeah, I didn't know HeartGold was kind of a glitchy mess for emulators. It's the first time trying, but who cares if you hack old gens? Yeah, although, you know, technically, if you really wanted to, technically you could import Mons from those. You could trade them to authentic game carts and get them like all the way up into Scarlet Violet. Like that is possible. So I understand why people think it's a little stinky to use it, but again, it's like if you're using it as a time-saving resource, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? I don't know, but that's just kind of how I see it. Alright. Can I hit a horn drill on this Pidgey? Damn. I don't want to fight these level 2s. I think we're good enough to go beat up Silver. We don't need level 7, but let's go this way. Let's go dominate this kid. I'll click horn drill a couple times on his Cyndaquil, see if I can hit one, but we can't risk losing the battle. As then, right, our adventure here would be over. So, you know, why am I sitting here sweating, worrying about the first battle, Ponyta versus Cyndaquil? It's because I really want to get all the way through this thing, man. You guys deserve a nice, long, juicy series. So it's my job to deliver that. All right, Silver. What you got, man? I don't have any potions in bag, so we gotta see if we can get the job done here. You got a Pokemon at the lab? What a waste! How? It's a shiny pony. It's actually pretty epic. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Oh, really? Oh, there's some fighting words there, Chooch. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, alright, buddy. You literally have a rat. Okay? I have a shiny horse. I like my odds. Passerby boy. I don't even think I should horn drill. We need to get some damage in first. Going for the double kick, right? I'll try a horn drill if I can, but we can't lose, man. We can't. Alright, double kick's a 2-shot. Okay. Even if he crits, we could still live that. I'll try to rip a horn drill once, and then we'll just get rid of it. It was meant to be, man. Look, we missed the first 2 horn drills on the wild Pokemon. Well, we smoked Cyndaquil with it. We get 69 experience points. GG. Not even good enough for a level, though. Really? Ponytail got kind of a slow level up curve there. Interesting. Do you want to know who I am? No, because you're irrelevant. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Okay, nerd. Hey, by the way, dropped your wallet, dumbass. Just come back for it. Give it back. That's my trainer card. Oh, no. You saw my name. Yeah, that's right. Who wants to be, we haven't named him yet, right? We do that when we go back to the... Who wants to be my rival in this playthrough, man? Anybody except Zogo, because Zogo, you already got it in Blaze Black. Well, who wants to be Silver? We'll do that. We'll keep running this way. You? You want to be Silver? Alright, Nikki. You were the first one to say it. Let's do it. That's perfect. It's kind of weird, though, in a way, because we're literally using your Ponyta, right? So it's kind of awkward, but, you know, you were the first one, so let's do it. We're investigating the case of the missing Pokemon here. Rule number 1. Whoever did it will come back to the site. That's right, man. Although it ain't me. Don't look at me. It wasn't me, man. Oh my, so you must be the one who did it. No. Look at me. Do I look like I'd be doing something nefarious, breaking through a window to steal a rat? No. I got a shiny horse, man. Here comes Lyra to save the day. Hold on a second. He has nothing to do with it. I saw it. There was this red-haired boy looking into the building. This guy's like, okay, checks out. It's not this kid. What? You battled a boy like that? He must be the one who did it. Did you happen to get his name? I did. It was Nicky. It was Tricky Nicky. Yeah, we're gonna do lowercase. Because I was trying to think, how did I nickname my player character? I did lowercase, except for the first letter. Okay. Fire. That's right. It's Tricky Nicky. And we're gonna dominate every time. Whenever, look, he pulls up, you know, Nicky pulls up by the Azalea gym over at the burnt tower. Easy money every time. Thanks for helping my investigation. My next assignment is to search for this red-haired individual. Good day to you, sir. Good luck. Dude, I'm glad they understand that you are innocent. See you later. Okay, have fun with your Meryl, Lyra. Oh, that's true, huh? Yeah, Nikki's the rival, so I had to save Ponyta. We didn't want Ponyta going down a bad road, right? We had to bring it to justice. So let me take care of the pony. Nikki, you can go play with your fire-type rat. Have fun. Dude, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Here. This egg, man. I got a bunch of eggs. I don't need this one. Huh? This is an egg, isn't it? Wow, you're so smart, Professor. This egg may be something I've never seen. Still, it's just an egg. Mr. Pokemon always fascinated by eggs. Well, since he gave it to us, we might as well find out what secret it holds. I'll keep it for a while. You gonna keep it forever. 'Cause I got plenty of them things. What? Oak gave you a Pokédex? Dude, is that true? That's incredible! He is superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Yeah, well, for those of y'all that remember the Fire Red Rocket playthrough, Oak's got some secrets to hide too, so, you know. Wow, dude, I knew you were a little different. Yeah, not just a little, very different, man. But look, you gotta be odd to be number one. Just remember that, okay? And if you want to reach the tippity top of the mountaintop, you gotta be a little different, man. Things are going to be fun. Sure, Professor. Whatever that means, man. Your Pokemon seem to really like you, so why don't you take the Pokemon Gym Challenge? If you manage to defeat all the gym leaders, you'll eventually challenge the Pokemon League champion. Or not. Haha. Okay. No, I will, buddy. It's Lyra that ain't gonna make it there. Becoming the champion is not at all easy, but you can certainly challenge Violet City's gym. Bro's like, anybody can go beat Faulkner, you know, go ahead. Dude, challenging the gym scattered around will be a long journey. Before you leave, make sure you talk to your mom. Okay. I know, right? That poor Togepi. We do also have, one of our eggs is a Togepi, by the way. And it's way better than Professor Elm's Togepi, so. So, dude, you're leaving on an adventure. Indeed. Okay, I'll help too, but what can I do for you? I know, every time you receive prize money, I'll save some of it for you. Sure. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money? I guess. Okay, I'll take care of your money. Why? Because you're not responsible enough. It's true. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. When you work as a team, you can accomplish anything. Now, go on. Go. Be great, young one. Okay. Well, we're off to a good start. I mean, you know, I was gonna say we're off to a good start with this Ponyta, but realistically, every single egg that we have is good. No. Except for Weedle and Burmy, but... Okay, let's do the catching tutorial. We're gonna get the 5 Pokeballs. But we're gonna go sell those off to the Pokemart because we got Master Ball. My balls are Master, man. There you are. What's up, Lyra? Dude, you can catch wild Pokemon with Pokeballs. What? I never knew that. You could also just hatch them from eggs, too. Let's go hang out with Meryl here. The way she said it, she's like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. You can throw balls at Pokemon. Like, how else are you supposed to get them? You know? Just like that. Huh? Was I too fast? I'll try again. Come this way. No. I thought in HeartGold Soul Silver you can skip the catching tutorial. Or was that just regular Gen 2? I don't know. Yeah, dude, so one thing I can't stand about... I love HeartGold Soul Silver way better than Gen 2. But I can't stand the phone, man. Like every 2 minutes somebody be calling... Like, youngster Joey calls you to tell you about his Rattata. Like, whatever, man. It's crazy. Yeah, mom's about to spend all my money and buy plushies or whatever kids are calling them. No, thank you, Mom. I'd rather you buy me a choice scarf, choice band, something like that. Yeah, I know, right? She don't even have a job, man. She sits in there all day. I'm out here doing all the dirty work, battling trainers. You know, getting my feet all dirty. taking on little Timmy and his Rattata. Getting muddy, stinky, dirty. And she's like, here, I'll take half that money. Thanks, kid. Wonderful, Mom. See? Just like that. It's better to lower your target's HP more than I did. Or make it asleep or something. Not needed. Master Balls. You can try all kinds of things to see what works. I'll give you these. Good luck. Wonderful. Now look. I never litter, okay? So as much as I want to throw these Pokeballs onto the ground because we don't need them, I'm going to be a good lad and go sell them off in the Pokemon Center. Because I can't just litter, man. I can't do that. So we don't need the Pokeballs, but I'm not going to throw them on the ground. As much as I would love to like, disrespect Lyra. Yo, what's up, man? A new homie in the stream? Welcome in, welcome in.
Subscribed with Prime.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, you found the Polished Crystal playthrough? That's pretty epic considering what we're doing today. Yeah, man, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, the Egglocke has already started because we got the Ponyta, but we are now going to go... I got to stop opening the menu. Look at me and my Ponyta's going the wrong... This is kind of fun, actually. Ponyta, we're going this way. Why are you going the other direction? Okay. Anyways, I was having too much fun with that. Yeah, we've seen it glitch out 3 different ways now. It's pretty funny. We have to catch this Pokemon because it is the first one, right? It's unfortunate that it's level 2, but adhering to the rules of what we're supposed to be doing here. The reason why I say it's unfortunate is because whatever level the Wildmon is, we're going to use rare candies to get it to that same level once we hatch our egg at level 1. So whatever the next egg is only gets a single rare candy, but that's alright. Okay. Let's see. Now, I think it's called... I'm going to have to, by the way... Okay. This is unfortunate, but... I'm going to have to write down the names of the routes. I think it's Route 45 up here because... We're going to track our encounters. Right? Because... We can't duplicate... what am I trying to say? Like, captured mons within the route. Okay, it's back to normal. That was really weird. So, once we get to Blackthorn City... Really, man? Route 4... Okay, Route 46. 46. I think it's Route 45, south of Blackthorn. And then it turns to Route 46 here at the very bottom, so... We'll capture this dude as well. Level 3. Take that. Yeah, no, this is actually... I don't know if it's annoying for you guys, but I think it's kind of annoying with the, how often it's glitching out. It'd be really annoying if it does it, like, inside of a gym or whatever. I mean... I don't know what else to do. I feel like, you know, I've been using Desmume this whole time now, and it's performed very, very well for the Mystery Dungeon playthrough, so I kind of like this. And I don't know if there's better DS emulators out there, but I like Desmume and I'm comfortable with it, so. Okay. And what was this route down here? This is like 32? 29. Okay, so we got an encounter on 29 and 46. Now, obviously there is... Well, we can get 10 encounters if we really wanted to. Even before we get to Faulkner, right? Because there's the route to the north of Cherry Grove. There's also the... I'm going to sound like a noob because I don't remember the names of these places, but like the Dark Cave, right? I think it's the Dark Cave. We can get one in there, and then we can also go... in the Bellsprout Tower as well. And then in the Ruins of Alph, although I think we need Rock Smash. But even north of Ruins of Alph, there's some grass up there. And then south as well. I think we can get one before we get stopped by that person that, you know, forces you to fight the first gym leader, so... Yeah, because I used to go get Mareeps there, and then... Okay, this is Route 30. So let's get an encounter here, and let's go back for all those eggs. Gotta catch whatever mon this is here. No, actually, nobody gave me a Dunsparce. Okay. So we get a level 3 Caterpie, not bad. So a level 2 and a couple level 3s. We'll take it. Now it's time to see what kind of... I was thinking about... We got a bug here with Caterpie. I already know this is going to turn into a bug. That's what I was really hoping doesn't happen, but... We're going back to the random number generator. Once we're inside the Pokemon Center there, and we're going to do this a few more times. Okay. Good luck, have fun. I hope all your eggs get selected. Well, it's not impossible with only 3 of them, but you know what I meant. Okay, and then we'll run around with My Little Pony and we'll hatch them all and use the rare candies. Rinse and repeat, easy money. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this thing back onto screen here. Random number generator. So, first time we got 6. That's why we took the egg where Garchomp is.
I've heard some people prefer Dolphin Emulator.
Oh, okay. I've heard about that one too. If it continues to be too glitchy, like going forward, we might consider switching for future playthroughs, but we gotta get through Mystery Dungeon first, doing this one. Alright, let's go ahead and click this 3 times. We get 81, 29, and the winner is 31. Okay, so that's just gonna be the first egg within box 2, right? That's easy. It's gonna be harder to count. Well, I'll leave the thing on the screen, but I'm just gonna swap the Pidgey. So this Pokemon will be level 2 once it hatches. Now with the generator still on screen, let's go ahead and do this again. With this website here, by the way, I don't think there's a way to avoid duplicates, so we'll just have to remember as we get deeper in the playthrough, or whenever we get a duplicate, we'll roll it again one more time. All right, next egg we're gonna do 3 clicks, 2, 74, and the winner is 86. Okay. So that'll be, how do I change boxes here? It's almost at the end of box 3. So we can just go backwards from 90, right? This will be 89, 88, 87. This is egg number 86. Swap it out for Geodude. Okay. And our final egg, at least right now, but we're still going to do more today. We get 9, 15, and the winner is 87. Okay. That works. Let's go ahead and just remove the thing off the screen now. Click back in the emulator. So, if Geodude was 86, this will be 87. Not bad. Alright. Now, again, there's a chance that when we hatch these, because of some of the duplicates that we got, it will be hard to tell whose was who. But I'll be able to go back and figure that out after the episode. And again, I'll change all the original trainer names to match. So, let's just run around in circles here. Take this opportunity to hydrate. And then, see what we get. Also, I don't know if all the eggs are going to have, like, a same amount of steps, right? Because, theoretically, like, Dragonmons will take a lot longer, so... I know, imagine if we get, like, 2 or 3 from the same person. We only had 1 Noctowl. I forgot who this was, though. Only 1 person submitted a Noctowl, though. I do know that. Okay, that's fire. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I don't remember. It's definitely not you. Oh, who had the Noctowl? I think it might have been Boog. Was it you, Brandy? Actually? Wait. Oh, you did say that. I was looking farther up the chat. That was right as I started to walk around. I saw Nikki say it'd be funny if like we hatched all of hers, and then right above that you said Noctowl would be yours as well. No way. What is going on right now? Out of 100 eggs, like you just randomly typed about the Noctowl and then we pull it. What the heck? Okay. What do we got next here? Give us another shiny, man. We got a handful of shinies. There was 2 Heracrosses. Okay. I do remember there being 2 Heracrosses, so I'll have to go back and look at whose this was. So another way I can tell too is by the natures. But I feel like both Heracrosses that got submitted might have both specified adamant. Okay, this one's adamant. Let's hatch the last egg and then look at the summary for all 3 of them. I'll show you guys like the random you know, movesets I put on them. Because I think, so out of the 2 Heracrosses, that I know this is how I can figure it out. One of the Heracrosses got submitted with 4 moves. Like, and so I put all 4 of those moves on it as specified. But the other Heracross, it just said Heracross, you know? So I'll be able to identify it based on the moveset. That's a pretty good, Oh, so you had Zubat, Loki? Yeah, there was only one Zubat. I do remember that. There was only one. Okay. What do we got for our last egg here with this little hatching sesh? I think that we only had 1 Piplup. I'm pretty sure there was only 1 Piplup. So I don't remember who submitted it, but if you're in here, I'm like 95% positive this is the only Piplup we had. Yes, no, it wasn't Stilly though. What's up, Stilly? Stilly submitted a bunch of water types, but I don't think Piplup was one of them. Okay. Oh, that's true, Will. Okay, so you were one of the Heracrosses. All right, let's check out these 3. So for Hoot Hoot, usually the first couple moves are just what the level 1 movesets are. So it normally would just come with Tackle and Growl. And then I looked at the egg move list, and I seen Wing Attack and Nightshade, so I threw those on. Just for the heck of it, I gave it an impish nature. It's kind of whatever. Also, I was talking with chat before the stream today, or during the stream, but before I started the recording. We're gonna go ahead and pretend that nature mints do exist in this game. So once we identify that it is your Pokemon, right? You would then be the only person to go ahead and say, hey, dude, can you please use an adamant mint on my Hoot Hoot, right? For example, or a modest mint, you know, whatever you wanted to make it. Because again, I can't actually hack mints into the game, but when I go back to change the OT name and to give the Pokemon nicknames, since I couldn't do it now because it would spoil the surprise, I'll also go ahead and change natures at that point if you want me to do it, so. Wait, was it Zogos Piplup? Oh, okay, if you submitted Piplup, I'm pretty sure that was the only one we had. Okay, so the Heracross here. Horn Attack, Night Slash, Leer, and False Swipe. Actually, I think this is Will's Heracross. I think it is, because I think the movesets you were submitting were like level up or like TM learning moves. I think the other Heracross that got submitted actually had like egg moves associated to it. And I might have read your comment incorrectly, Will, and I apologize for that, but because I know you had like the Magnemite and the there was a water Pokemon in there, and then Heracross. But I think you were giving me like level up movesets. So I'm pretty sure this is your Heracross, Will. I'm almost positive on that, but I'll have to go back and look. Okay, and then the Piplup here. Pound, Hydro Pump, Supersonic, and Aqua Ring. I don't remember if those movesets were submitted or if I was just kind of throwing on random stuff from the pool of egg moves, so. And also it's a Calm Nature, but I don't know why they all say met at level 0. I don't know if I generated the eggs correctly, but it don't really matter. Hacker dude confirmed. Okay, what a shicey little squad we got going on here. Let's go ahead and use some rare candies and keep it pushing. Yeah, yours had stronger attacks. That's what I'm thinking too, because I remember you said HP Ice for Magneton, so I made sure to adjust the IVs. But that's the thing, right? Like, if we do hatch the Magnemite, it's not gonna have hidden power. I'm gonna wait until we find all those TMs. I might also add the TMs to the bag too. We gotta leave the Hoot at level 2. Because I think your submissions, Will, came more with like movesets like for endgame, right? Not necessarily level 1 movesets. If I remember correct, but yeah, no items in battle. Correct, Loki. Never that, man. Oh, Spoink, I remember that too, yeah. I mean, hey, as a Broncos fan, I would be too, Stilly. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of Tim Tebow, you know, he was good, man. And I liked Tim Tebow because he was on the Broncos. But that was the Totodile. I remember that. Florida Gators. Okay, we're feeling good. We're gonna go ahead and click Horn Drill again and smoke this Pidgey. Okay, just kidding. It's worth a try. So let's go ahead and level up the rest of these little turkeys here, and we'll go ahead and start battling it out with the youngsters on the route here. Yeah. Okay, so that is your Heracross then. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I do wonder though. Actually, Stilly, I have a question for you since you're in here. You had one of them nicknamed as LT. Was that for LaDainian Tomlinson or Lawrence Taylor? I didn't know since they're both LTs. Let's see. I should get these guys a little bit of level ups first. It's just a little awkward until you get the ball rolling. I don't want nobody to get KO'd, you know? Oh, okay, it was for LaDainian Tomlinson. I got you. Man, he was so good, bro. You know, like I said, I'm a Broncos fan, so always playing the Chargers twice a year, man. LaDainian Tomlinson would torch the Broncos every time. Such a good running back. Let's go ahead and pump the Caterpie. Although we do got to be careful. Okay, we hit the pump. Nice. We do got to be careful though, because we're still level 3, right on par with it. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do that, Will. Whoa.
Dominosaur gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you, bro. You already know, man. What up, Jay? Good to see you, man. Just for you, we're back in the Johto region today. I know how much you love Johto. We got a shicey little playthrough that we're just starting up here, too. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Thank you, bro, for real. But yeah, Will, I seen your comment about the nicknames too, so again, I've said it a few times, but I'll say it again for anybody that might be just popping in now. Had I nicknamed them while they were still in the egg status, I tested it before, right? And it does show the nicknames even when they're still in egg, so I didn't want to do that because then people would know right when we pluck it out of the box. Johto Jones, man, you already know. Alright, we don't need Growl. What am I going to do with Growl, man? Come on. Alright, let's try to get one more level here for Piplup, and then we'll go ahead and get into battle. Perfect. That'll give a little bit more experience points. Go ahead and pump the pod real quick. Zogo, was this your Piplup, by the way? I feel like you were saying something about that. I do remember you had a Poliwag, of course. Well, that's good EXP. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now that everybody's at 5, we can go ahead and yuck it up. Oh, it was Booger? Okay. Nice. Yeah, but Booger had some good submissions. I like when people were getting in there with the submissions, giving me like full movesets and stuff. It gets me excited, man. I like seeing that. Alright, Hoot. Let's show this Pidgey who's boss. Both at level 2, I think we can do this. Ain't no damage right there. Can't use Nightshade, unfortunately, as it is a normal type, but why would we want to anyway when Nightshade's only going to do 2 damage? Okay. It was funny, too, when I was doing some of these eggs, I think, there was a couple submissions that had, like, the Ralts evolution line, and I think it had an egg move. So there was somebody that had an egg move that was Memento, right? Like, nobody suggested that, obviously, but it's just funny about like, Pokemon attacks where you KO yourself. Even Explosion, right? There were some mons that could learn Explosion. But, you know, we can't use those. Well, we can, but we would sack them on in the process. I don't think you gave any moves, Stilly. Yes, Snorlax, I made it as a Munchlax, by the way. So another thing with that, we can go ahead and just kind of evolve them whenever we want. I would basically have to do it in between recordings, and so I'll always preface that in the outro. Yeah, Munchlax a Firemon, so I love Snorlax, man. Yeah, right, you didn't do move. Oh, there was only like 2 or 3 people that did actual movesets. But I remember you gave him nicknames, of course, and then and natures as well. I remember you asked for Brave on Snorlax, so I made sure I did that. Okay, we got 3 mons with medium fast, and the only one who isn't is actually Piplup. Interesting. I thought maybe you were gonna say Ponyta wasn't. It seemed like it was growing levels kind of slow. Okay, so Piplup will level up fast. Nice. Oh, the Munchlax and Gale of Darkness. Yeah, that was a fun playthrough. I remember we were all kind of doing it together, you know, like Dre was playing it too, alongside both of us a few months back. I actually kind of enjoyed that. That was my first time ever playing that game. I had fun. It's kind of hard though. This thing's also going to be kind of hard to take out after all these hardens, but... Oh, ROM hacks of XD, yeah. Those are going to be fire. Yeah, this one's going to be tough too, because Nuzlocks are really stressful, man. That's why I love Emerald Rogue so much. And I think that'd be another good game to kind of celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the YouTube channel, man. I love that game so much. It's so well made. Like, shoutouts to Pokeabby again, the creator of Emerald Rogue. Just unbelievable game, man. It's so good. I don't really know if Pokeabby is like does social media. Like I don't really do it. The only thing I have is a Twitter. But if you guys ever see, you know, Pokeabby in a Discord, on a Facebook group, you know, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, make sure you say thank you for giving us Emerald Rogue. You know, it's truly a very, very special game. So shout outs to Pokeabby for that game, man. If y'all see her online, wherever, in various different social medias, drop in and say thanks, man. Let her know how much we appreciate that game. Yeah, it's so good, man. It's so good. It's just the pacing and the quick flow to Rogue, you know? Like, yeah, it's unfortunate when you're constantly losing mons left and right, but how quickly you can rebuild your team and how easy it is. It's just, like, it's so streamlined. It's so good. It's a nice hybrid between playing like a casual playthrough like this, because you still get to go through the routes, but at the end of the day, it's more so built around battling, right? I don't know, it's just, like, Emerald Rogue has such a great mix of feeling like you're playing a casual playthrough, but you're really just focused around battling. It's so good, man. Alright, if we get a level up off this Pidgey, we'll go ahead and battle these trainers. I want to make sure I can take a hit before we get in there. Alright, there we go. Oh, is Heraclaw... Okay. Hera's in the slow growth rate. Another thing we will probably do, though, because... Think about this, right? After, like, the first couple episodes, maybe even by the time we get to Bugsy, we might even have, like, 12 to 15 Pokemon to pick from, so... I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, and how other people handle Nuzlocks or Egglocks. Same kind of deal. What is kind of the common rule for rare candies to get to a level cap, essentially, right? I feel like we should probably go that route in this playthrough. So say, for example, by the time we get to Bugsy, you know, we have a Pokemon in the box that's like level 8, but we really want to bring it to the Bugsy gym, right? I feel like it would be acceptable to just go ahead and use rare candies to get it up to whatever Bugsy's level cap would be. And to that point, we should probably do the same thing against Falkner. Right, because Falkner's ace is a Pidgeotto. I don't remember what level, like 12 or 13. But that way, you know, again, it's for the sake of pacing. I think that's... I think that's what we should do. Go ahead and play this with level caps as well. And for anybody that over levels, we just don't bring them to the fight and use them later in the playthrough. Yeah, right? Just to kind of make it more of a challenge. People usually use rare candies? Okay. Your rival in Emerald Rogue jumped you with 4 Sylveons? That's crazy. The heck? Yeah, that's facts, Dilly. Half the team actually does get smoked by by Faulkner. Heracross would get boned by a wing attack. 4x weak to it. But don't worry. We'll find something. We'll find an ice type or a rock type before we get there. Also, there's quite a bit, or quite a few Pokemon that have Ice Punch and stuff like that that I threw on as an egg move, so... Okay. Let's go ahead and take Piplup in front here and go fight this rat. Try to Hydro Pump the rat. Actually, I think it's the other guy that has it, but... Because, yeah, this one's an optional fight. Ain't no way, bro said you look weak. Come on, let's battle. Oh, yeah? Wait till you get pumped by the penguin, man. Oh, this is... Okay, this is Youngster Joey. I look weak, sends out a Rattata. Okay, buddy. Yeah, no, this is actually the GOAT, though. For those who don't know. This is the top percentage Endeavor Quick Attack Rattata, man. What a fun strat back in Gen 4. That's the new... Rattata's the Noob Slayer, man. A lot of people didn't know back in the day, you could have a level 1 Rattata against a level 100 Arceus. Focus Sash, Endeavor, right? You live a hit, bring your opponent down to 1 HP, and then you go for Quick Attack, a priority move on the subsequent turn. And in Pokemon, all moves deal at least 1 damage, the way the formula like rounds up. So even like a level 1 Rattata versus a level 100 Pokemon still does 1 damage with Quick Attack, so ain't no way I'm giving this guy my number. No way. Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like 99% of Pokemon fans know that, but there's some people out there, even my IRL buddies, they might not know about top percentage Rattata, man. Yeah, the whole Ratatouille. That's right. We finally missed a pump. There you go, Piplup. Celia's Stupid ROM Hack is a funny game. Interesting, I've never heard of that one. Right, Noob destroys Elite Four with a level 1 rat. You could if you use potions, but yeah, it's basically it was the ultimate mon for like a 1v1 situation. The level 1 Focus Sash rat. You know, if your opponent doesn't have like a Tyranitar with Sandstorm, a way to deal like 1 damage chip. You know, or they can always get around it by going for Toxic and stuff like that too, but if you weren't prepared to fight a level 1 Rattata, you could bring your level 100 Mewtwo, you know? You ain't gonna win that fight. It was just a thing back in the day. Okay. Let's go ahead and bob and weave the scrubs. Although this is the bug catcher. We could use the hoot for this. Yeah, I feel that, Ruthie. It's always a decision you have to make going into these games, you know, it's like... Do you want to put it on ultra difficulty, right? To give yourself a hard time? I don't know why, but I like to do that to myself. Because I feel like if you find a way to get the job done, it's just that much more impressive, but... It does, in a way, kind of take the enjoyment out of it. It always just depends what you're in the mood for, you know? Like, if you just want to kick back and do a casual playthrough. Something to zone out, too. But I love to ratchet up that difficulty, man. That's what gets the competitive juices flowing. I'll tell you that. Interesting, Nikki. Okay, so I'll have to check that out. Get a chance to play the Legacy ROM hacks? Yeah, I've heard about those. I've heard those are good, too. Yeah, like Crystal Legacy, Emerald Legacy. I'm down. I'm gonna get to all of it over the years, man, but it obviously takes me a very, very long time to complete playthroughs with the limited time that I have, so... Hypnosis? Hell yeah. Get that over Growl. We have so many Pokemon playthroughs planned for the channel. And that list just keeps growing, because you guys have a bunch of good ROM hacks that y'all know about, too. Oh, this is Route 31. Okay. So we can catch this Pokemon as well. Get ourselves another egg. Okay. I'm down for that. So this is Route 31. We'll also head into the cave as well, and then probably get an encounter within the Sprout Tower to then give us another egg, which, you know, we need to kind of swap out Heracross is kind of what I'm getting at for for the first gym there. You know, and hopefully not pull another bug Pokemon, or there's a couple fighting types as well. Yeah, Lazarus, I know. I was very close to starting that one too. I think I'm going to do that as one of my next couple playthroughs, but we're starting this today, obviously. And I'm also about to start, I do want to go back to Hoenn and play Blazing Emerald. But I was very close to choosing Lazarus over Blazing Emerald. So we're going to get there soon. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of good things about Emerald Sea Glass as well. Alright, let's go get the encounter in here. Dark Cave, okay. Can't remember the name of this place. Although we can kind of see it. The darkness isn't really doing a good job there. We don't even need to go get the items. There's no point. Okay. Dark Cave. Hey, it's a Zubat. Could that be a sign? I know, right? Heracross is gonna get destroyed by a wing attack. Yeah, Blue Kaizo. I remember watching Picaspery play through Blue Kaizo a few years back. That looked kind of fun, man. Yeah, where the whole routes, they like force you to fight a bunch of trainers on the route because they kind of reworked the way the layouts work. That one looks fun too. Yeah, you know what else? Okay, I was reading that comment about Pikachu evolving into Jinx. It would also be fun to play like a Evo randomizer too. I've seen a few people do ROM hacks like that where it's like your Pokemon evolve every level or stuff like that, and just random Pokemon. So that would be kind of cool too. Yeah, still you were the only Totodile. You were actually the only Snorlax as well. There's not that many duplicates. There's not that many across the board, but yeah, a couple of your Mons were unique in that sense, where nobody else submitted them. Radical Red a go? Yeah, I will, for sure. I will. What's the what's the version, or like the red version that everyone plays? It's like, oh, Ironmon, where you only get one Pokemon. I don't know if I'll ever try that one. That seems like something that you can get addicted to very easily, and it's like, then you just start playing it forever because it's so hard to win. I don't know how I feel about playing that one. Yeah, like Ironmon games. I've seen people do those, but it's like, that's really tough, man. You gotta get like a goated moveset for that to work. Yeah, Jamie, you definitely had the only Jinx. I made it as a Smoochum, but yeah. And you were the only one that had a Skitty. Skitty Delcatty Evo line. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Kaizo Ironmon. To be honest, I don't think I'm ever gonna try that, but if enough people suggest it, I'll get to it eventually, but we won't put it way down on the list, you know? No thank you, Wade. I don't want to hear about your berry collecting. So this is still Route 31, yeah. It's gotta be. I'm not even gonna bother checking. If I miss out and I'm able to catch this encounter, it's whatever. Pretty sure this has to be Route 31. Let me just confirm that real quick, but it's too late for an encounter anyway. Okay. Alright, so we got our 2 encounters there, 31 and the Dark Cave. Now we have a full team of 6, once we go swap out those eggs, but I think we can still get 3 more encounters if we really wanted to. Because like the whole route where Sudowoodo is, right, I'm pretty sure that's 36. Technically, I'm pretty sure there's a patch of grass, so we could get one now. We could also get one later when we go use the squirt bottle on Voodoo. So there is a route down here we can go. Yeah, 32. So you get this one patch of grass, but this guy stops you. Kind of forces you to go get the gym badge before you can head down to Azalea. I don't think we can get an encounter in Alph yet. Because I think we would need Rock Smash to get one now. But we can come back later with the fishing pole. Or there is a patch of grass over here. Once you come out of Union Cave, like after you get Surf and whatnot. So that's much later in the game. Oh, I guess, we could get an unknown, right? If we just solve the puzzle right now? Because, yeah, we don't have Rock Smash. I think we could solve a puzzle and then... Yeah, so in here... Oh, no, there's no grass up here. So in Gen 2, they had grass up here. Okay. Now, once we get Headbutt in Ilex Forest, then we can also get... we can get encounters inside of cities at that point when we get Headbutt. Yeah, right, we could get an unknown, huh? That's true, right? Also, does the escape rope thing still work in Gen 4? Or is that only like a Gen 2 thing, that one room? I kind of want to buy one and try that real quick. I guess we go to the top vendor. Oh yeah, we gotta sell these Pokeballs that Lyra gave us. We don't need those. Here, take them. Okay. Can we get escape rope? Well, I mean... Oh, it's not that vendor. I know we can get escape ropes here, but does the one room... Oh, you can. It's only Gen 2. Okay. The escape rope thing, I guess was just in Gen 2. Alright, but we can also get an encounter up here. So, before we do, let's go ahead and go to the Pokemon Center and just see what our 6-pack of Pokemon looks like before Falkner. You know, realistically, we just need 1 or 2 Pokemon to beat Bro. So, Heracross can come to the party, we just won't use it. Alright. Let's do this again. Let me pull this back on screen. And we're going to go ahead and randomize it. Well, 6 times, but really for 2 more numbers here. So, here we go. This is going to be the 5th egg that we're going to hatch today. First number is 86. And then 21, and the winner is 15. Okay. So that's back in box 1. 2 rows would be 12, so this is egg 13, 14, and 15. Let's do it. And the Pidgey was what level? Level 3, and I think Zubat was... Oh, Zubat's level 2. Okay. Alright, who we swapping out for the Zubat? Let's see. 61, 41, and the winner? 92. Okay. That's all the way actually in box 4. Because that would be 91 and this would be 92. Okay. Here we go. So first egg we go level 3, this one we go level 2. Oh, I was going to get... Imagine I just run around with that thing on the screen and like go battle Falkner and you guys just can't even see what's happening in the battle. Because I forget to disable that. It'll happen at some point. Alright, let's run around with our Hoot. Or do we have an ability that would hatch eggs faster? No, this has... Okay, it only has Flash Fire. Somebody submitted a Mag Cargo. So when we hatch that Slugma, it actually does have Flame Body. I think it might be the only Flame Body Mon we had. That'll be kind of cool. You know, it'd be a good one to hold in the party to make these eggs hatch faster. But they still hatch really fast anyway, so that's good. Alright, who we got here, man? Yeah, okay, that was you, Brandy. There was only one... I think there was only one Lucario. There might have been 2. That's a good mon to get, though. Not a good one against Falkner, but... No, a W mon for sure. I don't remember if there was 1 or 2. I think there was only 1. We'll go look at the moveset and see if I can remember, but... Again, it's hard without the nicknames. That would have helped me remember who had these, but... I just couldn't nickname them as eggs because we would already know them before it hatched. It makes it more suspenseful this way. Yeah, that's it. Actually, I think it might have Ice Punch, so we could still use it, but you know, it's not going to evolve into Lucario by then, so it would. It's pure fighting type until it evolves, then it gains the Steel typing, so it would be weak to flying. And what do we got here? Poliwag. Okay, there was quite a few Poliwags though, at least 2, if not 3 of them. So this will be tough to identify what it was. Or, I mean, whose it was, sorry. I do remember I gave them all different nicknames. It's not Zogo's Poliwag. I'll tell you that. Because I'm pretty sure Zogo submitted a female Poliwag. Modest? I'm pretty sure somebody would have requested a Modest Poliwag. I would not have done that. Yeah, okay. This is not Zogo's. I know that, but it's whoever asked for a Modest Poliwag. Also, why is it in a Pokeball? I thought I generated everybody in Great Balls. Oh, they all hatch in a regular Pokeball. Okay. I think there was actually 2 Riolus. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I don't remember if there was 1 or 2, but I feel like there was an Ice Punch one, and I gave this one Blaze Kick to like separate it, but I don't remember. What's up, Gigas? Welcome in, welcome in. Wait, it was your Riolu? Oh, and no, I think Mello's talking about the Poliwag. I'm pretty sure. This might be Gigas's Riolu if this is the only one, but I'm gonna have to go back and look. Yeah, so you had the Modest Poliwag. I'm pretty sure there was 3 Poliwags. I do kind of remember that. Fire. This is a good little squad here. I like it. I mean, yeah, we got 2 fighting types, we got 2 water types, but it's alright. Okay. Oh, you actually submitted it with a moveset too? Okay, fire. Let's go. Nice. So, again, when we come back for part 2, next time we stream this, the OTs will all be fixed up there. I know that's kind of a small screen, but I was hoping I could get them to hatch with your guys' name as the OT, but it was impossible to do. Because even though I said that like you guys traded me the eggs, once they hatch, it's always my name as the OT because I'm the one that hatched it. Even though I'm not the one that bred it, essentially, so... Oh, no, your Heracross had a moveset, right? Yeah, this is not your Heracross. I remember there only being 2 of them. But I'm pretty sure yours had an actual moveset. Yeah. I'll have to go back and look, but... Nah, I'm pretty sure this is Will's Heracross. I was just throwing on random egg moves for it. Okay, let's get it. Now, should we challenge Faulkner with this squad? I don't know. Oh, I gotta do rare candies real quick. So the first one is level 3. The Poliwags can only go to level 2. I know, it's really fun, but it's hard to remember whose is whose because I couldn't nickname them. That's what's making it difficult. But I'll fix all of it in between. Yeah, I don't think we should go challenge Faulkner at these levels, but... We've been going for about an hour and a half in this recording here. Although I did hit record and we talked for like 25 minutes before actually going, so... We could go take down Faulkner. But let's go get a few more encounters then. Just see if we can get something that can hit those flying types super effectively. Also, well, I guess okay. The mons we catch just go to box 4. So that'll work. Alright, so we'll take... Wow, first step. We'll take the encounter on 32, and we'll also take it in the Sprout Tower. And I believe that's all we can do, actually, before Faulkner, so... Because until we get Rock Smash for... Oh, no! We could do an unknown thing by just solving a puzzle. I'd be down for that. Yeah, where's all the electric types, man? There was a couple Pikachus, there was a couple Ellie kids. I don't think anybody submitted Mareep, actually. Which is kind of crazy. Mareep's a popular mon. Okay, so we'll go find that rat in the PC. Let's go solve a puzzle. Let's go do the Ho-Oh puzzle. I like that one. Yeah. Oh, you know what another thing we can do too, because we're hackers in this? I could try to find a way to trigger this event. I've seen clips of this on YouTube in the past, you know? This has to do with Arceus somehow. I don't even remember what really goes on in here, but it would be cool, in my opinion, to like actually experience this. I don't know if you guys have done this back in your save files, but I never did whatever the heck goes on back here. But I think it'd be cool to kind of, you know, see it firsthand, like in real time. So I kind of want to do that. How do we solve these puzzles? Oh, I guess we just get up here this way. You did it? Okay. So these chambers, like, this doesn't say... It still does say escape. So if you use an escape rope, it'll open up the back room and you can get 4 items. This is a really clutch area to walk into if you're doing a item randomizer, right? This is a very important room for people that play those, right? Where you randomize the items as well. Because you could find like gym badges back there, the HM for surf or fly. Like you always got to make sure you get an escape rope and check that room. Oh, we don't need it for this playthrough. Okay. The Kabuto puzzle is this easy? Oh, I think I have to use my mouse. Yeah. I would have thought there'd be more pieces missing out of it. What is this? Although we do have to rotate it though. Okay. Well, this is not very exciting. That's the wrong one, by the way. This goes up here. And this just goes here. Wow, we did it. I don't even know if that's an accomplishment. I remember those being a lot harder back in the day. Okay. Let's talk to this nerd and catch ourselves an unknown. We'll see, we'll see what letter of the alphabet we get. By the way, though, I was considering unknown for the intro shot when we were standing there next to Garchomp. Because originally I had the unknown question mark. Right, because it's kind of like a question mark, you know, playthrough, essentially, where we're just doing the randomized eggs. So I had that there, and I was like, we could do it. We could hit the intro with it. Oh, it's just an A. I did hack in a question mark unknown to stand next to the character, but I was like, dude, it's got to be Garchomp, you know? Got to be. Yeah, the puzzles were definitely a lot harder back in Gen 2, for sure. Oh, that's right. Oh, so the whole puzzle is missing. You had to put all the pieces in there. Yeah. You guys know how to do puzzles, right? You always got to start with the frame, then put the inside pieces in after. That's the way to do it, man. You cut all the unknowns. I know. I'm definitely not going to do that in Mystery Dungeon. I'm not recruiting the whole alphabet. Ain't no way, bro. Here's the J. No, I really can't pair. Strength puzzles, you know, ice physics puzzles. Whew. No, thank you. Okay, we can go hatch 2 more eggs, but before we do, we might as well get the Sprout Tower encounter. Hatch as many of these things as we can today, and then we'll kind of build a team at that point to face Faulkner, but we'll just climb the Sprout Tower with it, level everybody up. And you know what? I'm just going to use rare candies too, and make sure we just don't break Faulkner's level cap. That's the easiest way to go about it. Because, you know, if not, we'd have to grind for 2 hours to raise everybody the correct levels. Maybe it was Gen 2 where there's an item there. Right? Imagine if the mom we get out of here equates to one of Sprouts' Pokemon. That would be kind of fire. I know, you guys want to see all the unknowns in Mystery Dungeon, but ain't no way, man. Because is it just 26 or is it actually 28, right? Because 26 letters of the alphabet, but then They might have the exclamation mark and the question mark, potentially. I'd be down to recruit the whole alphabet, but we're not going to do the whole alphabet. Where are the encounters, bruh? We're not going to do the whole alphabet through Purity Forest. That's impossible. Okay, thank you, Zogo. I was actually about to ask you guys about that. What was it, 12 or 13 for the Pidgeotto? Appreciate you, bro. You read my mind on that one. Alright, here we go.
Faulkner's Pidgeotto level 13 dude for cap.
You guys are the best, man. Thank you, thank you. So we'll go ahead and speedrun the Sprout Tower. We'll fight all the sages. Just kind of as... Or I guess I can put everybody at 10. That would ensure we probably don't pass 13 for anybody. I know. You can always change the voice on it, too. Yeah, that's a good idea, too, Ruthie. Alright, let's go hatch 3 more eggs and see if we can identify whose is who. It'll be tricky if we pull a Dratini, a Horsey, a Gibble. There was at least like 3 or 4 of all those Pokemon. Okay. So we got level 4, 5, and 3. It's gonna be hard to remember all this. Alright. Let's pull the random number generator back on screen here. And see what we get. 51, 19, and 62. I don't believe we've had 62 yet. Okay. Well, you know what I should do? Let me deposit some of these mons real quick, and that way we have space for the eggs. We'll just leave them at the end of the box. Who would we probably not want to bring to Faulkner? I don't know if Poliware's going to get a good move, but we'll go through the tower and then we'll level up everybody with rare candies and kind of pick our team from there. Oh, that's the wrong button. I should get the generate thing off the screen every time, but I guess, okay. I can't even figure out how to navigate the PC. 62, so we need box 3. I see the vision now. I have to go, okay. What we do is we put them in the party. See? It ain't gonna be smooth sailing the first time with an Egglocke. Okay. Then we go to the corresponding box and then drop them. It was not computing in my head. How do I get this rat over to box 3, man? I think this will work. Okay, so 62, it's just the second mon in the box, right? 30 and 30 is 60 for the first 2 boxes, so this is egg number 62. Right. I was gonna say, no, we got 67 and 68, but this is 86 and 87. Okay. I thought I messed that up for a minute. Egg number 62 will come for this Rattata, which was the level 4 one. Okay. Okay. Little clunky, but here we go. Bear with me. Alright, next Pokemon, 58, 5, and the winner is 26. Okay. I'll be towards the end of box 1. So this is egg number 30, so 29, 28, 27, and 26. Swap this out for the level 5 unknown. And then this this level 3 rat. Alright, last time we go and generate a number here. Actually, probably the last time today, to be honest. Alright, 79, 88, and the egg we're taking is 88. I generated the same number twice. Alright, before I forget, we'll get that off the screen. Let's go find egg number 88. Yeah, this is going to be really, really fun, Valley. Good to see you, by the way, my friend. So this is 90. Right, so 88. Wow, we pulled 86, 87, and 88 today. Interesting. And the level 3 rat. So first egg elevates to level 4, level 5, and then level 3. But again, it actually doesn't really matter. Because we'll probably just use more rare candies anyway. That's a great idea, Nikki. I should have nicknamed all the eggs, just position number in the box. And then just re-nickname them after, right? Oh yeah, so another thing, we're going to pretend that there's nature mints in this game. So once we figure out that it's your Pokemon again for whoever's it is, go ahead and suggest a nature change. But also a nickname. Because I want to say only like half the people pick nicknames right now, which is totally fine. But as we go throughout the playthrough, like even if I hatch your Pokemon today, take some time to think about a good nickname for it, and let me know in a future recording, you know? I think we can do that too. Speaking of Ellie-Kid, here we go. There was at least 2, if not 3. Yeah, this is what we need for Faulkner, though. One of them, I think, was suggested to have Ice Punch, and I think the other one I gave Fire Punch to distinguish them from each other. At least I think. I don't remember. It's a lot of eggs to generate, but I don't know. If somebody suggested Ice Punch, then this is your Ellie-Kid, but I appreciate that, Gigas. Thank you for the kind words. Alright. Yeah, that's true. We're actually going to beat Whitney. I always struggle with Whitney and that fat pink cow, man. But this time we're going to be pulling up with a whole bunch of fighting attacks. Assuming we don't lose them before we get to Goldenrod. Ooh, we're going to dominate Whitney. Yeah, well, eventually we'll get, like, Ice Beam and Psychic, because I'll probably add some TMs as well, just for the sake of pacing, but that's a good point, Ruthie. That's a good point. Miltank's going to have it tracked. Yeah, that's true. We're going to get distracted by the udders again. Alright, what do we got here? I'm pretty sure this is the only Squirtle. Wasn't this Zogo? No. It was Deej. There might have been 2 Squirtles, actually. I'm pretty sure Deej, I think, did all 3 of the Kanto starters. I think. Again, I'm gonna have to go back and look, but that's kind of fire. There might have only been 1 Squirtle, actually. But there also could have been 2. And yes, I put Water Spout on it because I'm trying to dominate. I didn't want to make the moveset too OP. And also, I didn't even remember that this thing can learn Jet in Gen 4. So I threw that on there. Yeah, Team Turtle, man. Let's go. Also, okay, keep one thing in mind too. As we go throughout this playthrough, I also shouldn't get too many encounters within a single episode because we gotta make sure we have ammo for the thumbnails, right? The little, like, cheesy thumbnails that I make. Well, I guess we can always evolve mons and then use them in the thumbnail, but for example, like if we got all the encounters today, and next time, well, of course we're gonna have new routes to explore, but imagine next time or some episode in the future we don't get to go to a single route. Well, then it's like we have no new Pokemon and now I got nothing to put in the thumbnail, but I guess in that case we just evolve stuff. Yeah, I don't have Rock Smash yet. Alright, this will be the last egg that we hatched today. It's taken an awfully long time. It could be a dragon. There's quite a few dragons submitted. Yeah, that's true. I could always use NPCs in it, but... And yeah, Riolu's gonna evolve into Lucario. Ladies and gentlemen, we pulled one of Pear's Pokemon. This thing literally doesn't even have an attack. The only attack it gets at level 1 is Protect. But yeah, by the time we get to Whitney, we'll be able to have a Lucario. You gotta be kidding me. I'm glad you were here to witness this, bro. Careful nature often dozes off. Yeah, that sounds about right. By the way, all 98 eggs that I generated, I gave them 31 IVs across the board, except for 1. That, of course, being Will's Magnemite to get Hidden Power Ice, but everybody else has 31s across the board, so you're going to see characteristics like often doses off.
You can have it stop Miltank's rollout.
Oh, Protect? Ooh. And when we evolve into the trash thing, well, this is the trash form, but when it evolves right, we get the secondary typing of Steel, too. Ooh. We might have to bring this to Whitney. Okay. Yeah. Here we go, man. We're not going to use it in the flying gym, though, so that's going to get benched. And let's take somebody else out for this gym fight. And then we'll go ahead and just climb through the tower here. We'll do the tower, we'll beat Faulkner, and probably consider it good at that point, because that'll be over like 2 hours. And you guys gotta remember, as fun as these are to go for long streams, retention time on YouTube, like if they don't fall asleep because they get bored of listening to me, that's good for their retention time, but most people just click off a video and they move on to the next one, which kind of hurts the way that YouTube will keep spreading the video, right? So I guess we'll leave all the bug and fighting types behind, and we'll just go like triple water. Why not? This will be the team. Also, I feel like we should probably put these mons in a separate box. We need to have a box dedicated to like Pokemon to pick from. And then also we gotta have a box dedicated for mons that get KO'd. So maybe, okay, we'll make box 5 the usable mons. And maybe I'll go backwards from box 1 for like the graveyard. So we'll leave those guys in there for now. Break the video into smaller parts. I mean, that's a thing too, but that requires editing, and I don't have time to edit nothing. So I just kind of upload them as they are. Hope for the best. But you're right. You know, the smart thing is to do like 30-minute chunks and not 2 hours. But oh well. Okay. You know, even though we have the rule about elevating to a certain level, since we're playing with level caps, I'm probably just going to keep going. Again, I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes doing this playthrough, but I just want to focus on staying within level cap. I think it'll matter more when we get a wild Pokemon like at level 20, because then we can elevate that Mon right to level 20. You know, something like that. But I think right now it doesn't really matter that much. I'm going to go ahead and put everybody at level 8 across the board. We'll climb the tower, that should be enough to handle everybody. And then, after defeating the gym trainers as well, then we'll go ahead and hit 13s across the board for Faulkner. Yeah, I mean, you're a bunch of great ideas there, Loki, but I'm still such a noob, I don't know how to handle any of this. But I appreciate it. You guys are helping me learn and get better. I'm very thankful for that. What's he trying to learn here? Thunder Shock? I mean, I guess we could take that. We don't even have an electric attack. Yeah, that too. Like, yeah, that's the only time I ever actually edit the videos, is if something is like super loud, I'll go in after the fact and turn it down a little bit. Try to be respectful and not blow everybody's ears out. But for the most part, all I do is just crop out the failed intros and then call it good and upload it. Every YouTuber does a clap. Well, how many YouTubers do a, you know, a little head bob? YouTube! I do that also because then I can see exactly where the intro is starting. I just look for the bob. Do we need bubble? Probably not. Nah, we got the, well, we don't need water sport. It's level 1 move. Yeah, so when we come back for part 2, there's a decent chance I'll have more stuff in the bag. I'm gonna go ahead and reload the Master Balls and the rare candies. Right, when I go into Pika Hex. But mainly I'm gonna go in there to put everybody as the OT on all these Pokemon. Nicknames, Nature Mints. You know, at your guys' request. And then, I guess I'll take this over Bubble, why not? I don't know why I put Refresh, but it was like a, it was an egg move. But you know, apart from reloading the rare candies and Master Balls, and changing the OTs on the Pokemon, I'll probably have other items in the bag too, like some TMs. Maybe I'll put them all in there, like we don't need to use them, but I do want to make this difficult, right? I don't want to steamroll everybody. But for the, it's always, you gotta find a balance, right? Like for the sake of pacing, we could just wait till we find the TMs naturally too, I guess. I don't know how to handle it, but we'll figure it out as we go. What if I also shouted into the mic? I can't stand when people do that. I get a little excited sometimes. The emotion comes out, you know. But I don't want to do that. I feel like it does work, though. Get people's attention. Oh yeah, we have water spout. We don't really need bubble. Alright, let's go dominate the Sprout Tower. Battle some sages. And then we'll top off and take on Faulkner. Easy money, man. Yeah, and in terms of like TMs and even hold items as well, we'll just kind of... I would rather just use what we find naturally, you know. I don't want to add Earthquake to the bag because that would make the game too easy, right? So, again, I'll think about it in between the recordings how to best handle it, but we should probably take Bubble over Pound in case we don't want to miss Hydro Pump or aren't in a situation to do so. Alright, again, because it's a vanilla ROM, all the sages are still going to have, what's it called? The Bellsprouts or whatever, so we'll go ahead and put our shiny pony in front. We could use Hoot as well, but if it gets too high level, we'll swap somebody else to the front of the party. Let's heal up and save that HP, though. Pear said, "Burn me the goat." Oh, you're funny, bro. But don't sleep on that thing. When it evolves to the trash form and gains this, well, again, it already is technically trash form, but when it evolves and gains the steel typing, it's not good. It never will be, but it's usable at that point. But it is kind of fitting that you specified the trash form and it literally only learns Protect. it can't even fight. This is classic. Alright, let's do this. And now we get an encounter in the first 3 steps. Last time we were in here looking for something, we couldn't find nothing. Alright, let's run away from this. Let's fight, bro. However hard we battle, the tower will stand strong. Are you sure? Looks like it's kind of bobbing and weaving a little bit there. I like the other version of Wormadam better, not the trash one, but the one that looks like pepperoni pizza. I think it's the ground type one. That one's way cooler. But they're all not very good at the end of the day. Decent stealth rocker back in Gen 4 competitive. You know, in lower tiers. It wasn't bad, but... yeah, we might have to put Shiny Pony in the thumbnail. Would that get... is that like a... would that get clicks on YouTube? I don't know. We'll have to find out. But usually, like, you guys have probably seen all the other thumbnails that I'd be making. All I do is go to the official Pokemon website and download the PNG sprites from there, right? Or they're not even really sprites. But like, it's the official artwork on the official Pokemon website. But they don't have shinies on there, so I'd have to go find one somewhere else. That's how I'd be making all the thumbnails. You know, get the real images from the Pokemon website, the official one.
With a small Burmy in the corner.
Yeah, small Burmy where nobody can even... I'll hide it behind the episode number 1 thing in the bottom left. You know, I always end up taking a screenshot in-game. I put the game title in the top left, episode number bottom left, big old Pokemon on the right side, and the rest of it is just like an in-game screenshot in the background. Because I read back in the day, I was like, how are you supposed to make a thumbnail and be a professional YouTuber, you know? And one of the most important things I seen when I was Googling stuff was just make a style of thumbnail that's like consistent and like easily repeatable, essentially. So that way, you know, even though my thumbnails look like a 3rd grader made them, because that's what level my art skills are at the end of the day, they always follow the same formula, right? So there's always a colored episode number in the bottom left, game title top left, big old image on the right side, right? When you see that, because you're not, you know, it's not well made and the titles are also not great, so that doesn't catch the eye. I'm just trying to catch people's eye that, oh, easily identifiable is like my style of thumbnail. I don't know. You can tell I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Cerebi for the shiny sprites? Yeah, but I think Cerebi.net, greatest website of all time for Pokemon, by the way. Shoutouts Joe Merrick. But I think Joe uses really small sprites on Cerebi. So the thing about that is the ones I use to make thumbnails are bigger file sizes. So if I got them off of Cerebi, which I could for shinies, I'd have to stretch them out too much and they would become blurry. We can actually bob and weave this guy to save a little time, by the way. Is this... Oh no, we get the escape rope at the end, huh? Again, I can show you guys how that works in the Ruins of Alph, but they're like 4 generic items, so it doesn't really benefit us that much. But I'm telling you, if you're doing an item randomizer, very important. Very, very important. We'll go ahead and bust out Ellie Kid for the last guy because he got the hoots. And probably just lead off with it for the gym as well. Oh, you think my thumbnails look good? Thank you. I actually put a lot of hard work into them, but again, I'm not a graphic designer, so I think that, you know, I don't think they're very good, but it's... I do craft each and every one of them with love and care. I do my best, but I know there's room for improvement. Just kind of learn as you go. But I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. All the various tips and tricks that you guys have given me throughout the, you know, these different playthroughs. It's all been so helpful, man, for real.
The thumbnails would do better if it had dude flexing on them.
We could try that. I don't know if it'll do better though. It might make people run away in the other direction. Do we want Ember? No. We want those physical attacks on Ponyta, man. Alright. Okay, Ponyta's already level 10. Let's not risk that thing getting over leveled. I think we do need some turtle action here. Let's go ahead and lead off with this against Bellsprouts. You know? Oh, never mind, I have missed. Okay, we're going back to the Hoot then. Send the Hoot out, and we'll probably use Ellie Kid for... I think this guy also has Hoot. But I know the boss man at the top does. Yeah, that's true, you know. But the whole thing about YouTube, like... Again, nobody has the right or wrong answers. There's no how to succeed handbook. Well, if there is, I haven't seen it, but... You know, at the end of the day, YouTube is all about, like, catching someone's attention and, like, stopping the scroll. Right? Because you sit there on YouTube and you just be scrolling through different videos that it's suggesting. And it's like, you gotta have a thumbnail that's like, boom, like, stops you in your tracks, you know? And mine are probably the complete opposite. I guess Chikorita worked. A lot of people found the polished crystal thing, but... Oh, all of Faulkner's Pokemon have Mud Slap, you're right. That's how they beat the electric types. Wait, Ellie Kid doesn't even have a physical electric attack either. It just got Thunder Shock. Oh, we'll be alright. Oh, Ice Punch. We're gonna get a freeze with Ice Punch on Pidgeotto, so you ain't even gonna get the chance to Mud Slap me. Easy money. Oh yeah, look at Ellie Kid's little sprite too. What's up, Nikki? What are you doing up here? You showed us what you've got, and it is indeed good. Take this tactical machine. However, you should care more about your Pokemon. The way you treat your Pokemon can be too harsh. Remember, Pokemon are not tools of war. They're our friends. Interrupted by Nikki over here. He calls himself the Elder, but he was no match for me, dude. I didn't ask. Okay. Cool story, bro. Sure enough, those who lecture how you should be nice to Pokemon, they cannot defeat me. All I care about are strong Pokemon that win every time. Yeah, well, wait till you get critical hit or frozen, or even hit yourself in confusion. A lot of ways to lose, man. The rest of them don't mean anything to me. Nikki using an escape rope. Bye, Nikki. Speaking of escape ropes, let me grab this one real quick. And then we'll talk to bro. Yeah, how is Golbat evolves into Crobat? It is. It's like a little... What is it called? Like subliminal mess... that's probably the wrong word, but... So good of you to come here. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Are you ready, dude? Yeah. Look behind me there, boss. I got an Ellie kid in the back. We're good, man. Allow me to check the ties between you and your Pokemon. I really hope we do get a freeze on Pidgeotto. That would be kind of funny. Just kind of call that. We don't need to worry about it here because we gonna one-shot everybody with Ice Punch. Honestly, we might one-shot Pidgeotto too, but... You know, when we finish this and look back on it, we might think, hey, did I make this too easy because I used all these rare candies? Yeah, potentially, but... You know, not a seasoned veteran at doing this stuff, so just kind of experimenting. In the future, you know, we'll do more Egglocks, we'll do more Nuzlocks, and we'll do them more like the intended way. But I don't know. I'm always a big like pacing guy. You know, you got to make sure we have a good pace and a good flow. Because too many times I get caught up, you know, battling 600 wild Rattatas to try to grow 2 levels. It's just not the play. Just hoping we get a static para there. All right, shock the hoot, and we're on to the gym, man. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely the right play. I mean, I'm sure other people do it too, but I'm more so concerned with having a good pacing and a good flow. It's better than tedious grinding against wild Pokemon. Ain't nobody want to see that, man. The way you battle is quite elegant, so I've been told. You should be able to stand up to Faulkner, and you should be able to make good use of this. It is a technical machine called Flash. Take it with you. Ain't no way bro lifted up his shirt and showed me his yitties, man. Alright. When a Pokemon learns Flash, you can illuminate caves no matter how dark they may be. You can try it on Bellsprout, for example. I don't have one, but we do have a Bellsprout egg, FYI. I'm gonna go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. I kind of want to save that escape rope, so we're just gonna run back down. Yeah, ain't no way Lee is pulling up his shirt, man. Showing me the milk missiles. What are we doing here, man? Easy there, Lee. Oh, were you the one that... Okay, I remember there was a Bellsprout. Yeah, it's fire. That's gonna be cool if we get that. Bellsprout's a good mon, man. We actually do have some mons that can learn Flash, right? I'm sure Ellie could probably learn it. I don't think any of the water types can. Maybe Hoot? I don't know. I'm not really an expert on the TM for Flash. I don't really use that in competitive battles. Alright, Ellie kid. Let's go dominate these random scrubs. Because this... Oh no, this one we can go around, okay. Well, might as well maximize our cash flow. Get some free one-shots here. He goes, let's see if you're good enough to face Faulkner. Alright, little Timmy. And out your Spearow and catch his frozen fist on my Ellie kid, man. Talking about am I good enough? Also, I'm kind of curious, when we do hit level 10, what is the relationship between attack and special attack on Ellie kid? Because obviously Evire is a physical attacker, but Electabuzz is more of a special attacker. So I'm curious in the sense of like, do we want to go Ice Punch or do we want to go Thunder Shock? So let's peep that when we level up here. And then, I guess we could look after the rare candies to 13 as well, but... Wait, you played RU back in Gen 6? I respect that. That's fire. I was a big, like, NU, you know, RU kind of guy. I love battling with Pokemon that, you know, don't get as much love from everybody, right? Everybody battles in the OU tier, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love playing OU too, but... I do kind of get tired of seeing the same stuff over and over again. So I used to love mixing it up back in, like, RU, NU. It's fun, man. Even PU. Later gens when that came out. We don't need low kick. So I respect that, man. Anytime somebody pops in and says something about RU or NU, I'm in. Yeah, UU was fun too, right? Absolutely. Getting to use Mons like in this era, right? I think, or even like Gen 5. That's kind of like the Arcanine Donphan tier, right? Bunch of good Pokemon, Gardevoir, stuff like that. OU is the cream of the crop, right? That's your Landorus. That's all the big dogs up there. Garchomp. Although, Garchomp's usually Uber. This is too good, man. Yeah, I was a big Gen 4 NU guy. I used to run it up against Haydun and all those fools back in the day. This is back in like 2011, right? Just banging it out in Gen 4. So fun, man. That's where we're using like Cacturn and Butterfree, right? Raticate. That's where Pokemon is fun, man. It's always good, you know, to play OU and use the best of the best and battle against the best of the best. The Shofus of the world. Using Darmanitan, Garchomp, right? But at the end of the day, like, sweaty tryhard battles are great. They're always a lot of fun, but it's also fun to, or when you want to have fun, you know, go battle in the lower tiers. More Pokemon to choose from, and Pokemon that just don't get much love, man. So it's always, I don't know. I prefer that. I do like to sweat it up in OU. Don't get it twisted, but if I had a choice, you're going to see me in the lower tiers more often than the higher tiers. Just more fun. But even at that, like, you know, all the bugs are down at the bottom. I still won't use them. Because the only good bug is Scizor, and he's up in OU. Even Heracross is UU. So all the bugs at the bottom, man, no thank you. Wormadam, no. Water Sport, don't need it. But you know, we'll see how much more difficult this gets kind of in the later stages. Last couple gym leaders / E4. That's when we're definitely going to start losing some Mons. But these first couple gyms, you know, they should be a walk in the park. And I hope it's not too boring, but I mean, that's kind of how early gyms are anyway. Because what's going to make this so easy is not just the movesets we have on the Mons, but the fact that we have like such a diverse team. You know, normally if you're playing this game with regular encounters, you're usually pulling up to the first gym with a bunch of bugs in every game, so... Like, this squad is crazy powerful for this point in the game, so, you know, obviously we're going to dominate Falkner, but it's still going to be fun. Uproar? I mean... Actually, it's a lot more useful than Tackle. Levani, yeah, I love Levani. That's such a cool Pokemon. Yeah, it's got a couple different 4X weaknesses. You know, fire and flying. It's a good Mon though. Like Levani has good stats across the board. Like nothing that's great, but a lot of good stats. And then you also couple that with like a Swords Dance, right? And then you got X Scissor, Leaf Blade. Like it has a good set. That's just about positioning that Mon correctly. Water Gun, no, because we already have Bubble Beam. Alright, let's use a couple more of these here and let's get in there. By the way, can we all take a moment to be thankful on how they changed rare candies in Gen 5? Because every time in these, like from Gen 1 to Gen 4, you use the rare candy, then it auto backs you out of the screen. You gotta click it, then you gotta click use. And then you come back in here for the Pokemon, right? Gen 5, you're just sitting there on the same screen just spamming rare candies over and over again. And it doesn't kick you out. That was when they made that change in Pokemon, and it was very, very good. It used to drive me nuts using these back in the day in the first 4 generations. Oh yeah, Pokemon Rejuvenation too. I really want to play Rejuvenation and Reborn. At some point, I will get to both those games as well. Especially because I watched the GOAT Shofu play those back in the day. I'm pretty sure he played both. But it was like over 10 years ago. Those games were kind of still in development. So I want to check them out for myself and also to play them, you know, with you guys as well. Kind of see how far those games have come over the years. Okay, everyone's at 13. It also would be kind of fun to play the, there's like a trilogy of like Pokemon horror RPG games that I believe were like, they were German games that got translated to English. Dusk, Dawn, and something else. Those would be kind of cool too. Check out at some point. Alright, let's go ahead and lead off with Ellie-Kid. Let's OHKO that Pidgey and see what we can do against Pidgeotto. Again, I gotta kind of lock in here. I don't want to lose nobody in this fight. But Ellie-Kid has, well, static. I'm Mudslap ain't gonna trigger static. It's time to turn the hat around backwards, you know, lock in here. What are the stats? So we got 25s in both attack and special attack. So realistically, since we get Stab on Thundershock, it's actually 60 base power. But it's still weaker than Ice Punch. Thunder Punch, you know, same base power, normally 75 as Ice Punch. But because we get a Stab boost on Thunder Punch, it would be stronger. But because they're both super effective against all the birds here, Ice Punch is still stronger. Yeah, that's how I discovered those 3 games, man, from Picassery's playthroughs. They're not even Pokemon games. They're made in like RPG Maker. They're like horror games, but it was really cool. I watched all of those like multiple times. There's an Apocalypse style where you play as Wally from the kid from Gen 3. That's funny. Alright, Mr. Faulkner. What you gonna do to my Ellie-Kid, man? Look, I'll answer it for you. There ain't no way you're stopping this squad. And there ain't no way you're stopping me and chat from acquiring our first gym badge here in the Egglocke playthrough of Pokemon HeartGold. Okay? So let's go ahead and have fun, right? Good luck, have fun kind of thing, but everybody knows you ain't got no chance, Faulkner. What do you guys say for yourself, buddy? I'm Faulkner, the Violet City Pokemon Gym Leader. People say you can clip flying types Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. Yeah, that is true. Also flinch them with Rock Slide. I won't allow such insults to bird Pokemon. I'll show you the real power of the magnificent bird Pokemon. Show me, man. Let's see what you got. Oh, it's okay. I couldn't remember if it was Pidgeotto or Hoot and then Pidgeotto. Let's see if we're strong enough for the one shot here. Pokemon Ambrosia? I never heard of that one. Okay, we one shot the Pidgey. Pidgeotto gonna live. It's gonna do like 85%. We're gonna force Buddy to make a decision on turn 2 here, unless we get the predicted freeze, like I said. Give it to the people, man. They want to see a frozen Pidgeotto. Oh, and it went for tackle anyway. Static? See ya, Faulkner. Easy money, man. Go ahead and use your little cheesy potato potion, man. Go ahead. A Thundershock. Okay, you know. He just accepted the L. 3 turns. It's over. Ball game, baby. Put it on the board. Okay. Good job, Ellie-Kid. Now again, sorry I didn't have the OT. There was no way to do the OT thing, so I don't know whose Ellie-Kid this is, but we'll figure it out heading into part 2. For pity's sake, my dad's cherished bird Pokemon. But a defeat is a defeat, alright? That might have been the quickest gym battle you've ever seen in your life, by the way. It's 3 turns. Take this, official Pokemon League badge. Don't mind if I do, thank you. This one is the Zephyr badge. Alright, not bad, man. With that badge, Pokemon including traded Pokemon up to level 20 will obey you without question. It also enables you to use the hidden move Rock Smash anytime outside of battle. That's 51's Roost, right? By using a TM, the Pokemon will instantly learn a new move. Think before you act. A TM can only be used once. Not necessarily because I have PK Hex and I can put 99 copies of every TM. Okay, TM 51s contain Roost. It restores half the max HP. Recover for bird types. There are Pokemon gyms in cities and towns ahead. Make good use of them, dude. Spread your wings and fly. As for your next move, don't tell me I'll do whatever I want, man. I would suggest Azalea Town. Sure, Chuckles. Okay. You guys already know when we step out the door, the phone's gonna ring. They're gonna tell me about picking up an egg from a kimono girl, but... Although you do have to pick it up. I'm pretty sure that you get called over and over again until you pick it up, but... I gotta deposit that egg because I don't want it to hatch. As then the phone starts ringing endlessly again and say, hey, come back to Newbark Town. It's all like it always hatches by the time you get to Goldenrod, right? And then bro says, come back to Newbark Town to show me what hatched out of the egg. It's like across the whole map. No, we're not hatching this Togepi egg. We'll pick it up though. Oh, she's in the Pokemon Center, I guess. Hello, dude. We've discovered something. What could that be? The details are, well, I can't really say anything. But we want you to carry that egg. My assistant in the Pokemart in Violet City. Could you go meet him and pick up the egg? I thought it was a kimono girl. Maybe she's out here after we pick up the egg. I don't know. I know, yappity yap, man. What are you talking about, Professor? Oh, here's the delivery guy. Wait, he's wearing the same... I just realized something. He's wearing the same red getup as, what's the guy in Twilight Princess that runs around delivering the mail to Link? Such a goofy dude, man. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank right now. We'll grab the egg. Wait, Super Potion. Super Potion? What? I thought we were supposed to get an egg. Oh, Pokemon Center. I think that's what he said on the phone. Yeah, I wasn't listening. You could tell. Why? He did say Pokemart, right? I'm so confused what happened to that egg. Oh, it's the nerd? Okay. I'm so confused. Bro hands me a super potion. I said, what? Although, kind of wanted that super potion. I'll take it. Oh, it's the nerd, not the delivery boy. What is that guy's name in Zelda games? It's not the... It could just be the postman, but I thought he had an actual name. In Twilight Princess, though, he always comes running up to Link and, like, delivers the mail. It's pretty funny. Wait, why did I go in the gym? Seriously. Professor, I'm gonna call him. You know, we've already walked, 10 miles, and I still haven't got the super potion to hatch, man. I think it's glitched. Okay. Yeah, that guy's gone now. Long time no see, dude. I actually saw you about 30 seconds ago. I've been waiting for you. This is from Professor Elm. Oh, wait. If they send this to the box, imagine if it got jumbled up in our random pool of eggs. I think it'll just go to the back of box 4, though. Okay. I was just in the Pokemon Center, too. Oh, it is just Postman? Okay. For some reason, I thought he had a name. Because, you know, they gave a name to Tingle. And I mean, Tingle's been in a lot of Zeldas, but... I feel like if they gave that guy a name, Postman should have one, but... let's put somebody in the box that don't really matter who. Put Mr. Turtle in here. I'm just gonna deposit that egg into like a box that we're never gonna go see. I think when we go to play Twilight Princess for the channel, we should call that guy Mr. Wahei, the postman in that Zelda game. I know. Tingle's just random. I don't know why they gave that guy like a prominent role in Zelda games. He's just a goofy dude. Dude, will you take this egg? Of course. Will I hatch it? That's a different story. After you left, Professor Elm received a phone call. I have no idea what they were talking about. But, after a while, Professor Elm suddenly cried out, I can't think of anyone more suited than Dude! Of course. You know I love my Togepi eggs, man. Then he insisted that I hand this egg to you. That's how I come here to deliver the egg. Okay, thanks, Captain Obvious. It seems that a Pokemon will hatch from it. Only when you keep it in your party. Yeah, I'm an egg hatching expert, man. I know how this works. That's another reason we've chosen you, dude. You got it. Please take care of it. About that. Can we buy supers now, actually? Yeah, let me get some of these. Okay. Very nice. Oh, posture check. That's a good call. Gotta keep the lower back flexed correctly. We can't be in our gargoyle gaming positions, you know. I thought there was a kimono girl here. Me oh my. That egg must be. Which one are you talking about? Got a lot of them things. I see. So it was handed from Mr. Pokemon to Professor Elm. Then, from Professor Elm to you. Now I get it. You are the chosen one, dude. That egg is truly an important egg. Please do take care of it for me. Is that understood? Yes, ma'am. She hits me with a 360. That was like a 720 no-scope on the way out the door. I'm counting on you. Oh. Call me Charles, because I'm about to break your heart, lady. We gonna put that thing in the PC and never see it again. Yeah, and I'm just gonna fry it up. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Alright. Let me get my Squirtle back, man. I'll do something with this egg in between the recordings. I guess we could just put it in like a... I don't know. I'll deal with this later. I don't know if like releasing it is a bad idea. Or you like can't release it anyway, right? I'm gonna have to hide it somewhere else because I don't want to accidentally grab it. Or... Nah. Like in between recordings I could hatch it from this position. And then just run back, show it to bro. And then release it or something. I don't know. But, alright. Let's find a good spot to hit the outro from. We could do it here. Well, who's gonna stand by my side? Probably Ponyta. It was too epic that we hatched a shiny. Again, we have like... I don't know how many shinies. There's not many of them, though. So it was pretty epic that the first egg we pulled was a shiny. We had 5 shinies from Jazzy. 1 from Nikki, I think. Or no, 2. This and the Krogunk. And I think there was 1 or 2 other shinies the whole way, but Deej's Charmander. But that was about it. There's not many shinies, like less than 10 out of the 100 eggs, so. Okay. Yeah. I like it here. I'm just gonna hang out in the middle of the street for 2 weeks until we come back. I'm just kidding. I don't know when I'm gonna record the second part of this, but TBD. So I'm going to go ahead and stay on stream for a lot longer. We're going to go play some more games here, but for the sake of part 1, I just looked at the clock. It was about 2.5 hours almost. Well, it might be closer to 2 hours, but that was a real juicy part 1. Probably be like 2 hours and 5 minutes after we cut out all the chatter we had at the beginning for like 15-20 minutes, so pretty good little start, but again, nothing really surprising in terms of the battles that went down. This was more so just about hatching everybody's eggs and about celebrating in general, right? I don't know how well I explained that, again, at the start, but it was important to do it at the start because usually people don't make it this far into the video, so for anybody that did make it this far, when you're seeing this in the future on YouTube, you're the real MVPs, man. But again, special day, special occasion here. As I forgot to say it earlier, but the Polished Crystal playthrough in Johto is what kind of kickstarted everything in the first place, right? Today marks the 1-year anniversary of the YouTube channel, but really it was halfway into that, around 6 months in, when I uploaded the beginning of Polished Crystal, and that's kind of how everybody found the channel for the most part. So, a lot of love, man. A lot of great people we met along this journey so far, and the most exciting part about it is it's only just getting started, right? It's if you really think about it, take a step back, it's only been 1 year. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that. So, excited to see where it's going to go in year 2. And then we keep stacking, man. Year 3, year 4, year 5. Soon. Well, not soon, but eventually at some point I'll be 95 years old, still sitting here running through Johto, man. For the 57th time, right? We ain't ever going to stop these things, so it's my job, it's my duty. Keep pumping out videos for people to enjoy. And that's why we're going to keep working on a wide variety of games all across the channel. That way everybody has something to watch, and they can pick and choose what Pokemon region or what retro playthrough they want to watch next. So it's just time consuming to get to all this stuff, so we'll get to it over time. And thank you again, everybody, for staying patient and understanding. I'm doing these as fast as I can, but there's only so many hours in the day. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and cut off part 1 at this time. And therefore, to anybody that is stumbling upon this video in the future over on YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the action today, and I also hope that you have a good rest of your day, wherever you go after watching this video. Alright, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!